Hopefully this is in focus, but if it's not, then we're screwed. Okay, so we're gonna get right into the video because I'm not trying to waste no time. Okay. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Alyssa Marie and I post videos on nursing, beauty, and lifestyle. If you're new here, welcome. Like I said, my name is Alyssa and I post videos on nursing school and you just said it. Alright, get it together. Hey guys, and welcome back to my video. What? That you done? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Alyssa Marie and I post videos on nursing school, beauty, and lifestyle. So in today's video, I'm going to do a you got in what to expect type of video. I don't know what I'm going to title this, but by the title, you should know what it's going to be about. So yeah, if you're interested in what you should expect after you got the acceptance letter, then just stay tuned, just keep watching, whatever I want to say. Okay, let's read. I'm going to be talking about some of the things that you should be expecting as soon as you get your acceptance letter for nursing school, whether it's the ADN, ADN to BSN concurrent program, or the accelerated bachelor's in nursing program. Just so you guys have a little bit of knowledge on what is to come, because it can get overwhelming. I was a little bit overwhelmed when I was bombarded with all this information and everything that I needed to get done once I got into the program. Okay, so the first thing that I want to go over after getting accepted into, so I specifically got accepted into the accelerated bachelor's in nursing program. If you don't know what that is, I'll do a brief overview. It's basically a program designed for students who have a bachelor's in something besides nursing that's not related to nursing, and decide later on that they want to go to nursing school. You can apply as long as you have the prerequisites like the sciences and all that stuff. Video specifically on exactly what the ABSN program. So if you want a video on that, then let me know and I'll be more than happy to do that. So yeah, so I got into the accelerated bachelor's in nursing program. I received the acceptance maybe like a month or 2 months ago, a month and a half maybe. And ever since then, I have been constantly doing things to fulfill the requirements needed for the program in order to start. The first thing that I want to go over is your background check. That is one of the first things that I did because it could take up to, I think, 3 to 5 days depending, and my specific program wanted it in a certain period. They gave you a week to do it and it took 3 to 5 days. And keep in mind also, all of these things, depending on your program, some programs might pay for everything for you. They might do it all for you, like it's included within the program or the tuition. My program is not like that. I know a couple of programs that are not like that, but I can't say that all of them don't do that. But for my specific program, they don't pay for anything that you have to get for the program. Like I said, just keep in mind, these things tend to get pricey, and I don't know if you're like using loans or anything like that. I don't know if your loans will cover this because this is before you're even like starting the classes. For example, I'm going to be using loans for this degree and I don't have loan money to pay for all of this stuff. I'm paying all of this out of pocket and it does get a little bit pricey. Okay, it's pricey. So like I said, the first thing was the background check. It takes 3 to 5 days to get that done. For how I did it, I basically had to set an appointment online, and your school will tell you where to go, who to go through, how to do it, and all that stuff. So each state could be a little bit different. So how I did it was I signed up through the link that my school gave me. I basically had to make an appointment at a UPS or a FedEx. They basically give you a list of places that you can go to do your fingerprints. It was really quick, honestly. I was there for maybe 5 minutes and I was only waiting for it because somebody else was in front of me. You basically go, you fill out your information online. You do your social, phone number. You fill out like the areas that you lived in previously. So like for me, I had to put Florida, New York. I had to put, I think, my last 3 addresses, which is kind of hard because I guess I just got a bad memory. But so you have to do that, and then you go in and you submit your fingerprints. And like I said, it's really fast. They just take a fingerprint of all your fingers, like that, and they send it off. And then within a couple of days, 35 days, you'll get the results, or your school will get the results automatically. For me, they sent my school the results automatically. I got a copy though. So that's that. That was $85 for me. And a side note, I accidentally paid, so this is why you have to be careful. I accidentally paid for one background check that wasn't for me. It was for people out of state, so people who weren't in Florida and were traveling to Florida for the program, and that was $85. And then I had to pay for another one that was in state, and I couldn't get my money back. So $170. Ryan, I'm doing a video. Get out. Sorry. Okay, so anyways, like I said, so I accidentally paid for 2 different background checks, which sucked because there goes $170. $85 completely wasted. I called the place that I ordered it from and I was not able to get a refund. Why? I don't know. I didn't ask any questions. I was just completely frustrated at that point. So be careful when you're doing that. Make sure you read every step. Read, double check before you submit any payment, because it's a pain to waste money just like that and you can't even get it back. So that's one thing. The next thing that I had to do was a drug screen. My drug screen I had to pay $50 for. And I actually worked at a place that did drug screens, and not all of them are cheap. My program made us specifically go to Quest Diagnostics for our drug test, but I know some other programs don't really care where you go, so you can shop around and find a clinic that's not too pricey. $50 is not that bad compared to what I know some drug tests run, and some companies also have like a contract with companies, like drug testing companies, so that way it's a little bit cheaper for all their students. A drug test from my clinic would run anywhere from $75 to $90, depending on whether it was instant, 5-panel, 10-panel, or lab-based. So that's another thing you want to be on the lookout for. Another thing that you have to do is a physical. So for the physical, again, some schools may require it. I think most of them do, some may not. That's another thing I have to do out of pocket. For me, I thank God didn't have to pay anything because I work in the medical field. I work with doctors, I work with PAs, I work with nurse practitioners, and why would I have to pay if my PA that I work with said that they could do it for me for free? I looked out on that, but I know at my clinic, if you were going to get a physical, basic, DOT, doesn't matter, you're going to be charged $105 for that, for just a physical. Physical, they basically do height, weight, blood pressure, vision check, history, and I think that's it. For it's a basic physical. It's nothing crazy. It's just to make sure that you're fit enough to do the job description of what a nurse does, because you're going to be out doing clinical. They want to make sure that you're healthy enough to go out in the field. So that, like I said, I didn't have to pay for it, thank God, but usually you would have to. And the list literally goes on. It's going to be pretty pricey to start the nursing program because you have all these things they have to get done if you don't have them done already. Again, I kind of looked out with some of the things that I had to do because I recently got a new job correlated with a hospital, and for the hospital I had to do all this, but the hospital paid for it, so I already had all the records. Another thing that you have to do is a tetanus shot. You either have to do one or you have to have proof of one within the last 10 years. Like I said, this was given to me when I started this new job, and it was free because my job paid for it, and I have record of it. If you don't, I know Tdap can be pricey. I think at my clinic, or my old clinic that I used to work at, I think a tetanus shot was maybe like $65. So that's another thing to be cautious about. We also had to do the flu shot, but that's one thing that I also had to get. The flu shot, I think, runs $65 to $75. Don't quote me on that, but that's pretty much like the general area of what that would cost you if you're going to go to a clinic and get it done, if you don't have it already. TB skin test is another thing that was required by my school, and I'm pretty sure by all the schools. So the TB skin test tests for tuberculosis. It's called TB skin test, or you can get the blood test. It's called a QuantiFERON Gold. Excuse me, it's called the QuantiFERON Gold, I believe. You can either do the skin test, where they basically inside of your skin, you wait 48 to 72 hours, and you have a nurse or a doctor or PA, whoever, you have them rate it to see if there's any induration. If there is, then you possibly have to get a chest x-ray to rule out TB. Some people get the chest x-ray automatically if they've had a past positive for tuberculosis, like if they had the vaccine against it. And if you're born in the US, I know for sure you don't get that vaccine. If you're born anywhere outside of the country, then you could have gotten the BCG vaccine, which if you did, then most likely you'll show up positive for the TB skin test. So some people either just get the blood test, or some people get the chest x-ray. Again, for the chest x-ray, you have to have a past positive for the TB skin test. Again, at my clinic, I think the TB skin test is $50. You get the TB skin test and it comes back positive. That's $50 that you just spent for the TB skin test, plus an extra 50, 60, 75, I don't know, whatever it is for a chest x-ray. If it does come back positive, you would have to spend money on that. Again, like I said, these prices add up, and they're not even cheap on their own. So like I said, $85 for a background check, $90 for a physical, $50 for a drug screen. It adds up, and it adds up quickly. I've spent so much money on getting everything needed for entrance into the program. Just be conscious that you're going to be spending a lot of money before you even get in, and possibly even before your loan money hits. So this is, again, just like a heads up to anybody that's starting the program and don't really know what to expect. Maybe if you're starting the program like in a couple of months or next year, you can start saving for all these things if it's needed. Okay, next thing that you have to get done, for me specifically, and I'm pretty sure like again for all the programs, is a mask fit test. A mask fit test is basically a test where, anyways, you get an N95 from your school, or you buy one, or the place that you're getting the mask fit test supplies it, and they test to make sure that the mask fits you. Now you can either do a qualitative or a quantitative. I've performed the qualitative. It's basically you put the mask on, then you put this like shield on, and you pump, and you do like all these exercises, and if the person can taste the saccharin mist or the other mist, I think it's like a Bitrix, whatever, it's bitter. And if they can taste it, that means the mask does not fit, and we need to give them another one and resize it and refit it to make sure that it actually fits. That, I think that was $65 at my old job. So that's another thing that I had to do. Upon starting the program, you also needed to be CPR certified. This I had done, I want to say 6 months ago. This is just for holding a medical assistant license. You have to be CPR certified, and in any healthcare job, I'm pretty sure everybody has to be certified for CPR and BLS. I had this done a long time ago, but I do remember I paid $50 for the online training and the assessment, and then I paid $90 for the in-class check-off. Another thing that I had to show proof of is the measles, mumps, and rubella and varicella vaccine. These I got when I was a child, so as long as you can find the records that you have it, then you won't have to pay for another one or a booster. If you can't find the record, then he would possibly have to buy the blood test to test for antibodies. So that way they can prove that you have the antibodies against measles, mumps, rubella, and varicella. So that's another option if you absolutely cannot find your vaccine record from when you were a kid. I had mine from when I was in high school. Another thing that I had to make sure that I had was health insurance. Now this was a little bit weird for me. I don't know why they made people have health insurance, and I'm not sure if every school is like that. I thought it was a little bit weird, but it turns out a couple of schools were like that, even law school. My boyfriend's in law school now, and he had to have health insurance before he started the program. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's if you get hurt, you know, you're covered and you can get treated. But I don't know. But since I work a full-time job now, I do have health insurance, and I was able to submit that health insurance to the school, and it was valid. So that's another thing I lucked out on. If not, I know the school. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. If you don't have health insurance, or if you don't have a full-time job that can provide health insurance, or if you don't have the funds to pay for your own health insurance, the school does provide health insurance, but it's at a pricier cost. So it doesn't even really help. But if you don't have a job that you can get insurance through, that's an option. Another vaccine that you have to show proof of is the Hep B. Again, if you don't have proof of having the Hep B vaccine, then you can get the blood test to test for antibodies to make sure that you're actually immune to it. This was another thing that I had done for my job, so I didn't have to pay for it. But for my job, again, the vaccine runs $65 to $75, and it can be pretty expensive. I mean, right now we're looking about I would say a good $450, $500 in stuff that needs to get done for school. And I've seen at my old job, people that come in for specifically for nursing school and everything that they have to get done for it, and they walk out, you know, paying $375, $400. So it's not a surprise. But for some of you, it may, because maybe you don't work in the healthcare field, maybe you don't really know what to expect, but this is the reality. Another thing that is required by my school that I haven't done yet is a HIPAA certification. I don't think you have to pay for me specifically, I don't, because my school is going to provide it for me. It's basically like a web-based course, and you just take a test on it. It's super easy. I've done it before for my job previously, so it's nothing too crazy. What else? Another thing. So most schools, I believe, require you to have specific scrubs. I'm not sure if some schools say that you can buy whatever, and that's fine. My specific school and a lot of the colleges within my area, I know you have to buy specific scrubs for the specific school that you're going to. So you can't just go to Walmart and buy regular scrubs. You have to order them through the vendor that they use, have it embroidery, get the logo, and that's what you have to wear to clinical, to lab, and you have to wear the polo. So those three options. Shoes. So again, I know a lot of nursing programs require people to wear all white leather shoes. My specific program requires all black leather shoes, and they do this so that way when you're in clinical or when you're in lab, if you spill something on your shoe, it's not going to go into your shoe, into your socks. It's just the shoe will repel it. It's not going to seep through anything. So I know that's why they require it. But again, the shoes can be cheap. I mean, you can buy a pair of, I know a lot of people buy Fila's. A lot of people buy those big clunky ones, Skechers. My boyfriend actually bought me my nursing shoes, and he got me a pair of the Dansko Clogs. Those are really pricey. I think he spent $150 on them. But yeah, you definitely don't have to go that high in price. He just knew I really wanted those from a long time ago. They last forever. One of the nurses that I work with actually said that she's had 3 pairs of Danskos, and they all lasted her 10 years, and they're still going. So I believe that it's a good investment. Plus, I heard they're really comfortable. So yeah, that. Obviously, you're going to be needing a stethoscope. Again, you don't have to buy a super expensive one. You can get a MD, I think it's called, MD Plus. You can get one of those for like $50, or you can spend $40 more and get a really nice one and a reputable stethoscope from Littman's. The Littman's Classic 3, and I believe they run for $90. So you can do that, or you can just buy, there's some even for $30, $25. It just depends on where you go. I was recommended to just go ahead and buy a really good one because it's going to last me for a really long time. But I got my stethoscope as a gift, so I didn't have to really worry about that, but that is something to think about. And another thing, the books. The books are expensive. I bought four books and 1 access code, and it's really expensive. The access code alone was $200. You couldn't buy it used because it's an access code. It's for the Essentials Clinical. I don't really remember, but I do remember that price, and it was $200. Some of the books I rented, so it wasn't too pricey. I go and use Chegg. Chegg.com is a super good resource. That's where I get all of my books. I rent them all. I used to buy the books from the bookstore, and then I realized I never open them once the class is over. So I stopped buying them and I switched to Chegg. Super reputable, super convenient, and they basically ship you the book, and you have, I think it's like 3 or 4 months, but they give you a time when you have to return it by, and you literally can return it in any box. It doesn't have to be a Chegg box. It could be like a freaking pizza box. Somebody, I think on their website it says that somebody actually did that. Yeah, you print out the label and you send it back. Usually I get free shipping because if you spend over, I think it's $30 something, they give you free shipping with a coupon code. So that's awesome. And they also send you some cute little things inside of the box. Like recently I got a box of tampons, which was kind of random, but whatever, it's nice. In the past I've gotten Red Bulls. I've gotten a couple of coupon codes. So yeah, if you're looking for cheaper options and looking to rent books, I would definitely use Chegg if you don't already. I was a little bit hesitant in the beginning, but I love them. I'm trying to think what else. I think so. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I missed. I have all my notes down here on my iPad, but I'm trying to think if there's something else that I didn't even mention. I guess the supplies. That can be pretty pricey too. It depends on what type of person you are when it comes to supplies. I'm a little extra, so I got a couple of things that probably weren't necessary, but I wanted them. And I'm the type of person that if I like what I buy for school, then it's gonna motivate me to pay attention and study and do all the things necessary in order for me to pass or do well. Yeah, that's what I did. I think that's it. If you guys think that I missed anything, or if I didn't mention anything, or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Also comment if there is something that your school said that you needed to do before being able to start classes. Maybe other people can see, so that way they can be educated as well on what they should expect before actually starting the nursing program. Where we can all learn and help each other through this journey that we call nursing school. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, like I said, feel free to comment in the comment section below. I will catch you guys in my next video. And yeah, talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.